Psychic Detective is a new interactive movie distributed by Electronic Arts.
Oh no, not another interactive movie. They're awful. There's seldom any interaction, and even when there is, it tends to be frustrating and poorly done.
Well, be that as it may, Psychic Detective is a different sort of interactive movie than the kind you're used to.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Unlike most interactive movies, this one really does play like a film. The main character is Eric Fox, a psychic who's been hired by a mysterious Russian woman to find out who killed her father. Eric is a pretty autonomous guy, and he proceeds through the story regardless of what you do. The film just keeps moving along, so you could just sit there and watch the game all the way through to the end.
Hey, that's not a game. Where's the interaction?
As a psychic, Eric can literally enter other characters' heads and see things from their perspectives. By jumping from character to character, reading the aura of certain objects, and making decisions whenever they pop up, you can guide the plot to one of 14 different endings. The endings are all named, so you get to see which one you ended up with.
Congratulations! You've just reached the pathetic loser ending! Would you care to try again?
Psychic Detective is a really unique game. Unlike other games which try to give a sense of real world and real events happening as you play, this one really does have things going on as you play. And if you choose the wrong path or fail to pay attention, you might miss them.
Yeah, it was particularly neat to flip back and forth between the heads of two people having a conversation. First you're on one side, then the other. And the jump happens so quickly that you really do feel like you're witnessing something in real time.
Now it's time for the bad stuff. First of all, as with all interactive movies, the technology still isn't of a high enough quality to rival TV, much less a real movie, even on a fast Pentium. That's more of a problem here than in most other games because the movie is the game here.
It can be a real problem unless you have a dream machine. And while we're on the subject of poor video, I really dislike the psychedelia of Eric's visions. Sure, you can argue that there is a place for distorted images and weird laughter in this game, but after a while it just gets tiresome.
But these are only minor quibbles considering the overall high quality of Psychic Detective. The main problem is the play itself. How many times are you willing to play the same movie? The game is somewhat different each time you play, but not that different. The basic plot is always the same.
I think I'd get tired of it after a few sessions.
In conclusion, Psychic Detective is more of an experience than a game. It's hard not to admire the concept, but admiration and entertainment value are two very different things. For example, just because you admire an author doesn't mean you want to read his 1,000-page book.
Very true. As reviewers, it's tempting for us to praise Psychic Detective as a real work of art. But we didn't have to buy it. They just gave it to us for free. If we had to sink $50 into it, we'd be singing a different tune.
In the end, it's up to you. Do you have the patience to replay a game multiple times, or the curiosity to ferret out all 14 game endings? If so, Psychic Detective is the game for you. Otherwise, you'd do better with a more conventional sort of game.